Prowell, a 10,000 and 5,000 meter runner, lived a corner away from the East Coast Demerara ground, which is expected to be given a facelift soon through the government's Ground Enhancement Program. The project was conceptualized by Mustafa Azimullah, who in 2018 had a similar undertaking, renaming a street in Better Hope in honor of Prowell's rival, Moses the Worker.
Like you would have heard, someone would have said, an athlete would die twice. At the end of their career and their natural death. Now, Harry Prowell's achievement is immense. It cannot be equated. And that was one of the driving force that led me behind this. And I'm very happy today that we were able to accomplish this. Now, the thing is that this will serve as a reminder, not only for us, but the youths to come tomorrow, who Harry Prowell really was, who this great man really was, who this legend was. And we are very happy that today we have a sign placed there. Everyone that passes here is going to be able to read it, and they can understand his accomplishments.
After a brief program reflecting on the life and career of Prowell, who was born on July 10, 1936, a sign was unveiled at the ground detailing the achievements of one of Guyana's most renowned distance athletes. Prowell was awarded the Arrow of Achievement National Award in 1970 for his outstanding exploits in the sport in the 1950s and 60s. Representing then British Guyana in the British West Indies Championships, Prowell copped gold in the 5,000 and 10,000 meters in Jamaica in 1960 and in the 5,000 meters in Barbados in 1965. At this same event, he also won 5 silver medals between 1958 and 1965. Prior to the Olympic Games in 1968, the legendary runner had competed in the Pan American Games in Canada in 1967 and later the British Commonwealth Games in Scotland in 1970. At the Olympics, Prowell was among 75 athletes from 41 countries in a marathon race.
This day will cast a permanent mark on our minds. Harry Prowell was my grandfather. We, the Prowell family, will cherish this day as this event keep the accomplishment of a great athlete, a great son, and a true champion alive.
This morning's ceremony, I think, is one of the very simple ceremony that we are having to honor a very magnanimous person. The simple ceremony is very reflective of the life of Harry Prowell, who was a very simple person living on the East Coast, working the sugarcane field. I was just talking to a person who was a supervisor, I think, or a superintendent of the estate, who went to school with me. He says, oh, this guy used to cut cane with me, man. Well, you can understand the kind of simple life. And I remember some of those distant runners who runs barefoot. Moses is here. I guess we would have done something for him at the Bedrobe, naming a street Moses the Worker Street.
I remember when I was chairman of the NDC back in 2016-17, an application came for this purpose, and myself and councillors would have immediately liked the idea, and we would have supported it since then. But you know, the process that you had to follow. Today, though, we were pleased to be associated with the activity. I think that taking such a step, the ground will stand monumentally to all of Harry Prowell's achievement and his contributions towards the community, towards the East Coast corridor, and of course the country. Just passing the ground, you will recognize Harry Prowell. It builds this enthusiasm, this, wanting to know what is it that he would have done to give this recognition. So I believe that it is timely, it is very, very needed, and of course we must give recognition to all of those who would have organized.
Reporting for Newsroom, I'm Avinash Ramzan.